Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a few minutes about some crazy dreams I had last night. Um, and it's had me feeling really puzzled, a little bit emotional, and a few different feelings this morning. But as I'm been going through these dreams in my head and trying to interpret them, I'm starting to shake them off and get on with my day. So I wanted to go ahead and just tell you all, about my dreams. So there was three dreams that I remember. Um, this first one I'm going to tell you about is a very very odd one. I remember in the dream, my mother had asked me to hold something for her. Um, and in the dream, I think I was interpreting it as like it was like a bag. In the bag, there was something. There was something in the bag. Um, and it was something that she did not want, but she insisted that I held on to. And she was quite um, fierce about it. So I held on to it. And whatever was in that bag, there was someone after this bag. And I'm probably not the best at hiding, at least in the dream. But I hid, and I remember going to a few different places to hide, and finally, the individual that was after this bag caught up with me. And even I hadn't seen what was in the bag. Um, and in the dream, I assumed it was something important, maybe money or drugs or something. But I don't know exactly what it was, because my in dream interpretation is a lot different than my real world interpretation outside of the dream. Let me get some light going. There we go. I hope that's a bit better. That's even better. Okay. This individual caught up with me, and as I was handing over the bag to the person, um, I handed him the bag, and I turned around and heard as if this individual was closer to me. I turned around, and this person cornered me and took a steak knife and driven it right through my chest. I think might have gotten in my heart, but instead of pulling it out or having it pulled out by the person, I quickly grabbed the person's neck and I put them in a chokehold and fought them off. I staggered out of the room, and I was on my way to try to get help. I was not spitting up blood. As far as I knew, I wasn't bleeding, but I could feel the blade in my chest as I tried to breathe. And I knew the time was running short. I made my way to various different places, including a place that seemed like an air base that possibly my father used to work at when he was alive. I ran into one of his friends that he knew, and his friend was good enough to get some people to escort me to get help. As I was on the mission on the way to go to a hospital to get help, I ran into the person that stabbed me in the chest, and they tried to apologize to me. And I could tell that apology was empty and that I was to fear this person. So I evaded their space and continued on, though this person was not chasing me anymore. In their eyes, what was done was done. A knife in the heart for their possessions. And still I had no clue what was in that bag. I finally had made my way to a hospital. And as I was arriving there, I was woke up by my girlfriend. My girlfriend has medical issues. She had back surgery. So she'll call for me in the night to help her wake up, to help her get to the restroom and stuff like that. So I was woke up by that. And I didn't know why I would have such a vivid dream like that. But my only interpretation of that dream is that, well, a little backstory real quick, is that I've always had a disruptive family. My father has died. My mother, I think, has some mental issues. But also she's dealing with a lot of problems of her own, like Alzheimer's and stuff like that currently. But though my mother's always taken care of us, especially me as the youngest, and always has protected me, and even has sheltered me in my life, she's also played that manipulative card, knowing that whatever she says, I'll drop what I'm doing and attend to it ASAP, no questions asked. But that's just a small backstory, we've all had a rough life, and I love my parents. It's just my interpretation of that dream may be that, well, whatever was in that bag was possibly the problems of others, and that I've been holding on to the problems of others for too long. I can't be there to help everyone. I can't hold on to everyone's problems forever. And somebody else taking that bag from me and stabbing me in the heart is a representation of my emotions bleeding out as I hold on to everyone's problems. And in this situation, my mother handed me the bag of problems, sorrow, guilt trips. That's the way I'm interpreting this. Though in the dream I did everything I could not to pull the knife out of my chest. And I knew with every minute time was running short. Such an odd dream. The second dream I want to tell you about that I had was that whether it was me or I was playing a role as a detective of some sort, or whether I was a detective or whether it was me personally intrigued by something. There was this building that everybody was afraid. There was something had gone down in the building, and everyone was afraid to approach it. There was something in there. Finally, I'd gotten this Nilla envelope with papers. And the papers was I guess, I don't know, the papers were allowing me to legally go into here and investigate. It was like, the mission statement. I had a partner. The partner in my dream did not have any real world attributes or face, So I don't think I knew this person. But I know that, like, this individual that was my partner also had a professional appearance. And they were an ally. This individual was an ally. This building kind of looked like an inner city shopping mall / parking garage, minus the parking garage. Like, if you look at the building, it's very like, it's like a rectangle shape, and it's like probably about like 10 to 15 floors high. I just don't want to say it looked like a hotel, because it did not look like a hotel. But we went in the building to investigate. During our investigation, we were terrorized by demons. These demons were nothing to mess with. And they weren't like the demons you see on Hollywood movies. This was more spiritual. Our investigation led us into an elevator shaft where we had made our way to the bottom of the shaft. Meanwhile, the elevator was locked, and it was up, many floors up, and locked. And we'd made our way to the base of the elevator shaft. We seen some loose rubble, and we started digging. And before you know it, we unveiled a box. When we opened up the box, there was a body of a person. And the person had a sword through their eye. What's strange is in my dream, it was interpreted as a skeleton with a sword through the eye. But also, at one time when I looked, it was a woman that had blood on her and severed parts with a sword through her eye, and she was rotting away. It's interesting. My mind thinks two different visuals over the period of the moment in that dream. And boy, where this goes, I can see why. When we found that body and collected any evidence we needed from it, we made our way out of the elevator shaft into like a cavern where we found stairs that led to like a balcony outside of the building with the security door that was locked. So essentially only certain individuals could make their way to this balcony. It was like a locked off, a closed off area. We made our way through that security door and back into the building where we were tormented by more demons. Making our way up through the floors of the building. And by the way, when we were tormented, the only thing we could do was run. We had no defense of demons. How do you say? We had no defense to protect ourselves from these demons. In the dream. In real life, I have faith in God, so when I encounter demon influences, I pray. Anybody watching this, there's nothing wrong with having faith. We made our way up to the floors. We're tormented by more demons. At this point, I seen a demon that I had not seen before. And this demon appeared to have more power over the other demons. It picked my body up without physically touching me, and it launched me out of a window where I fell from the top of this building to the ground to my death. When I fell to my death, I then woke up inside of that building again, but on a different floor. And this time my partner was not with me. I cannot account for where my partner was during these times. But my partner was with me when I was launched out and I hit the pavement to my death. And when I appeared into the building on a different floor, a different room, I was not with my partner. So slowly but surely I made my way back through this maze of rooms, hallways, staircases. In case you're wanting to know, on the inside of this building was old rubble and concrete and trash. It seemed like an abandoned building. Though I was encountered by more demons on the way, I was able to evade those demons and continue on. When I made my way back to an upper floor, which may have been the top floor once again, I encountered this demon again, the one that I said felt like had more power over the other ones. And at that point, the demon once again rushed me with its energy without even touching me. Threw me let me not jump ahead, but as as the demon was holding over me with its power, I could see over the edge of the balcony, and I could see my partner on the ground level, standing there, looking up, afraid. As the demon shot me out off that balcony, and I was falling back to the pavement to my death. As I was about to hit the concrete to my death, this beam of light shot out. I don't know where it shot out, but I can tell you the direction of it. It shot from the ground level as I was falling towards it, up past me. I don't know if it went past me on the sides or if it went through me, but the light came from the ground level as I was falling the ground level, past me or through me, up towards the top of that building, and it hit that demon. And it killed the demon. It obliterated that demon. And I hit the ground to my death. But my in dream interpretation was that once I hit the ground to my death, I reappeared on the ground level floor inside of that building, alive and well. And the building was immaculate on the inside. It was beautiful. Everything looked working, everything looked well, everything looked beautiful. No rubble, no gray concrete, no trash. It looked beautiful, like restored condition. And I made my way out the door and walked out of the building. And I seen my partner, and he hugged me. And the people on the ground level outside who were all afraid to go into this building, they were happy, as if something had been lifted, and evil had been lifted. And that was the second dream. The third dream, I don't know what I was doing in this city, inner city area. I don't know what my business was. But I remember I drove this like little hatchback. It was an old car, maybe from the 70s. It was blue. It was a hatchback. It only had 2 doors. And it could have been a Volvo. It could have been something foreign because it didn't look like anything, that was American made. And I made my way, I parked into the parking lot, locked up my vehicle, and whatever my position was, I remember all of my belongings I had inside of the vehicle. My backpack with what I own, some blankets, some other things. So I locked up, I made my way in the building. No, I made my way. All right, so I locked the vehicle up, I got out, and I made my way into the building, which was actually a hotel. But when I got into the hotel, there was something that didn't settle right. And as I passed through the hallways, I could hear what sounded like fornication coming out of the walls. Maybe the door, from behind the doors, the walls. You could hear that through the walls. You could hear, the place felt like a very sinful place. And as I was looking, I could see naked bodies tied up with raggedy rope on the floor in the hallways. People being tortured as I would pass rooms with no doors on them. I then tried to let I tried to let the front desk know, but was ignored. It was almost like the individuals running the front desk had no personality, like just a blank stare, no soul. I tried to let the elevator security man know. And the security man for the elevator had told me something. I don't remember word for word, but he said he said something along the lines is, this is where people come. And I'm thinking, like, come for what? You know, you could hear fornication through the walls. There's rooms with no doors. You look through, you can see people being tortured. They're naked, they're being tortured. There's blood. There's bodies of men and women tied up naked on the floor, screaming. There was stained blood on the hotel carpet and walls. The security man took me up to, I don't know what floor it was, but I remember the elevator going up many, many, many floors, and this is where it's so weird. The elevator went up many floors. The security man walked out of the elevator, and as I picked up a bag that I brought in off the elevator floor, looking down, picking it up, looking back up, going to walk out of the elevator door, the floor was bare. There was nothing on the floor. There was no one. The security guy vanished. And it felt like a void. It felt like some sort of interdimensional void that if I were to step out that elevator and proceed onward, I could be lost forever, trapped, a part of this hotel hell. I got back in the elevator and I hit the first floor on the dial. And I specifically remember that elevator going down exactly one floor and clicking. Remember how I said that the security guy pushed the button and we went up multiple floors? I knew it in my heart we went up multiple floors. But to get back in that elevator and hit the first floor and go down one click, one floor, I was back where I started, the first floor. I made my way out of the building and back into the parking lot, where I seen a bunch of street rats. That's what I call thieves, people. They were breaking into my car, stealing my things. And this is the weird part. I pleaded with one of them. I said, please don't tell me you're stealing all my stuff. I said, this is all I have. And while I'm conversating, begging for them not to steal my things, she and the others, there's probably 3 of them, were stealing my things still. Not in a panic mode, but in the most calm way. Stealing my things while I was pleading with them not to steal my physical possessions. And this is the weird part. I said, tonight has already been a rough night. I said, I've already been stabbed in the chest by a knife. I said something about being chased by demons. And I said, please, those are the only things I own in here. And I begged her not to, I said, are you even stealing? I said, are you also stealing my GoPro? There was no remorse. They had no care in the world for me or my physical possessions, for my spirit or my physical possessions. I woke up after that, shortly after that, because I don't recall anything after that. And as I'm awake and I'm trying to think about all these dreams, you know, I do have faith in God. And God is my protector. God is my creator. Without God, I am nothing. And our lives are worth more than anyone, any lottery, any human, anything can conceive or understand. But as I think about these dreams, I think they all three pair up on something. They pair up on soul, my soul, my heart, my soul and spirit, heart and emotions, and my physical well-being. I still don't know, guys, ladies and gentlemen. But that's always been my thing. Whenever I have dreams, I just think about them, because to me, dreams aren't just dreams. Dreams mean something. So thank you all for listening to my dream experience that I had last night. If you guys would like to share your comments on my dreams, please feel free. Drop the comments and I will totally have a great conversation with you about these. And also, please don't be shy to put your own dreams and experiences in there, because I'm brave enough to share with you guys my dreams I had last night. And that's an honor. And also honor if you guys are brave enough to share your dreams with me. And I would love to have a conversation about all of it. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. And please leave some comments. Let's have conversation, guys. Let's all have conversation about this. You guys stay good and have an awesome weekend. Well, technically it's Memorial Day, so you guys have an awesome holiday and enjoy it with your families. Peace.